We're going to talk about two tools here that we think are really important to getting you in the position to doing what you love. And one of the things, I'm going to hit on this later, but one of the things I want you to know is like I go through this first tool, the Delegate and Elevate exercise, every single quarter. And so if you'll flip one more there, here is what it looks like. And first step in this Delegate and Elevate process is to write down. And what I did when I did this a couple days ago, I basically went through my calendar because basically everything gets put into my calendar. I don't know if you're one of those folks, but I went through and just wrote down everything I did, like one-to-ones. I wrote down, here's what it looks like right here. I wrote down a bunch of stuff, like what did I do over the last 6 months? And so it's like go to Christmas parties, one-to-ones, presenting on Ask Anything, state of the company, negotiating deals, capital raise, different things. And then basically I just made a list. And so forget about this up there, but just made a list. And then that's kind of like step one, right? Just being, whether you liked it, loved it, hated it, making sure that you make a list there.
So I would love, if you want to put in the chat, I'd love to hear what people, just some of the things, if you want to share some of the things that you love to do. Like Matthew just read some of his. If you want to put in the chat some of the things that you love to do, that'd be fantastic. I will now go to the next slide and I'll show you some of the things I wrote down. I pulled this out of my iPad. This was a couple of years ago I did this, but this is what it looks like for me. I just got my iPad, did the grid, and started writing all this down. Did it with the marketing team and had them also do it. And then as I was coming back to it just the other day, I started crossing off some things that I don't do anymore. And I probably need to update this list even more now. But this is what mine looks like. Probably can't read my handwriting.
So the whole idea here is for you to go back up one more if you don't mind, to create just a list of everything you do. And then this whole Delegate and Elevate exercise is you're going to put each one of those 4 things in a bucket, all right? So the top left there is love doing it and great at doing it. That's hey, these are the things, if I was living my ideal life, if all I had to do was wake up and do these things, I would just live a 10 out of 10 work life. The second one on the top right is like doing it and good at doing it. The bottom left is don't like doing it and good at doing it. And then the bottom right is don't like doing it and not good at doing it. And so you're going to pop again, you make your list. Mine's probably 20 items long. And then my goal was just to go in and put all these items into one of these 4 buckets. And listen, we do this with our team, okay? Because we want our team operating in the love doing it and great at it and like doing it and good at it. Because if they're operating there, they're going to be happier, more excited, more successful. That's going to in turn make Evernest more successful. And so we do this Delegate and Elevate exercise with our team. And the whole point is, like, when you get done with it, what you're going to want to do is take those bottom 2 quadrants, the don't like doing it and good at doing it, and don't like doing it and not good at it, and you're going to do your best to delegate at least one of those items to somebody on your team next quarter. Okay, remember I do this quarterly. So, I'm going to read mine right now. First thing is, like, I've been trying to get out of my email for forever, and so email is still one of those things I'm going to delegate and elevate. It's gotten better. It's probably half the way there. Spencer Russell, who works with me now, is handling that, but I still have way too much of a habit of kind of like checking in on my email. The next thing is like dealing with lawsuits. As you know, we're in a pretty litigious business, and it just drags me down to deal with a lawsuit. Getting a $1,500 claim for some security deposit just is brain damage to me. And so who am I going to, and then I have to assign somebody to handling all that. The next one is dealing with vendor calls. So you can imagine I get a bunch of inbound sales calls, and so just making sure that I hand those off to somebody, that I don't have to worry about those. Those are some of the things that I'm working on delegating and elevating. Now look, we have a team of almost 400 people. You may have a team of and maybe you can hire a remote team member or what we call an international team member to help you. But the point is, you got to take one thing this quarter and get it off your plate in those bottom buckets. Because one of the things that will make you great is when you're operating in the stuff that gives you energy, and that bottom bucket just does not give you any energy. And you need to do your best to get out of the bottom bucket as soon as possible. What will happen is your business will actually be more successful, and you'll start to make money in those top buckets, and when you're operating in those top buckets.